This is an informal self-compassion practice. It's known as the self-compassion break. And this can be a really useful practice to incorporate into your life whenever you find some difficulty coming up. So I'd encourage you to listen to the recording a few times until you get the hang of it. And then it's something that you can do quite naturally whenever you have a difficult situation show up for you. It incorporates the 3 elements that we're learning about on the self-compassion course. That's mindfulness, sense of common humanity, and self-kindness. So in order to learn the practice, I suggest that you might like to bring to mind a situation that's causing you a little bit of difficulty, either currently or perhaps in the recent past. Something that only you feel moderately badly about, so that you can just enough to feel some stress in your body, but not to get overwhelmed by it. So perhaps visualizing the situation just until it makes you feel a little uncomfortable. And then when you're recognizing this and recognizing what's going on for you, simply acknowledging, gosh, this is tricky. This is a moment of struggle or a moment of difficulty, suffering even. You might even like to acknowledge to yourself, ouch, I'm hurting. This is painful. Maybe this is what being stressed feels like. So you notice here the physical sensations that you're holding in your body. What's your body feel like at this time? Maybe there's a tightness somewhere, tension in the shoulders, the jaw perhaps. Maybe a nervousness in the tummy, a fluttery tummy, or something else. Really tuning into this present moment, what your body feels like. Also, what thoughts come with this situation? What emotions? You're feeling worried, perhaps anxious, maybe even fearful. So really just noticing what it's like at this time. This is the element of mindfulness. Just acknowledging this is a moment of difficulty. This is tricky. And then the second element is acknowledging that actually at times difficulty and suffering is just a part of life. And other people also feel this way. Often at these times we can feel quite alone as we're the only one, but actually everybody comes up against trickiness. It's just part of life. So in that sense, you're not alone. This is just how it feels when a person struggles. This is the element then of common humanity. And you might like to make some physical gesture of comfort towards yourself at this time. So perhaps putting your hands over your heart or somewhere else on the body that feels comforting. Or feeling the warmth of your hands, the gentle touch. Maybe noticing your chest rhythmically rising and falling beneath your hands. And then the third element, the element of self-kindness. So she's saying to yourself, may I be kind to myself? Maybe asking, what is it actually I need to hear right now? And offering yourself some goodwill, not in order to stop yourself feeling difficulty, but simply because you are experiencing a struggle. Offering yourself some kindness because you're hurting. And using whatever kind and compassionate words that feel appropriate to you and your situation just now. Could be you feel you need to be safe, so may I be safe, or be strong, or forgive myself, or accept myself. May I give myself the compassion that I need right now. And if you have difficulty finding the right words that fit for you, you might like to imagine that a a friend or a loved one is having the same situation, facing the same difficulty that you are just now, what would you say to them? What message would you like to deliver, heart to heart? And perhaps see if you can offer yourself that same message. And as you do so, as you dwell with this situation, if you're finding yourself ever swept up in emotion, you can always return to the anchor, to the steadiness of your breathing. Just sensing into that rhythmic flow of in-breath and out-breath, and when you're comfortable again, just returning to the phrases, bringing kindness to yourself. So just remembering those 3 stages of the self-compassion break, and then using them whenever you experience some trickiness and some difficulty coming up. The first element of mindfulness, just recognizing what's going on, waking up to this being a moment of difficulty. This is painful. The second element, that of common humanity. You're not alone. This is just what happens when people struggle. Other people often feel this way too. And then the third element, the self-kindness. Offering yourself some phrases simply because you're hurting. And using, if you feel comfortable to do so, some physical gesture too to soothe and comfort yourself at this time.